What's happening, everybody? Jeff Lightsy Jr. here with the Black Boss channel. Be sure to hit the thumbs up button, like, share, subscribe. Now, this kind of bothered me, man. I see a lot of criticism from different people on different platforms of sports figures, and that's rightfully so. If somebody sucked or their game was horrible, just talk about it. Like, that's what they do. That's what they get paid for people like me and for people like you to criticize them or whatever. Now, you shouldn't threaten them or do whatever stupid. But if you say, hey, man, you had a horrible game and you should be better because you're X, Y, and Z, that is what it is. You know, that's what happens. That's the world of sports. That's the profession they chose to be in. But this kind of stuff I'm not a fan of. So the U.S. Surgeon General, can't even think of his name right now, he has called out LeBron James and challenged LeBron to take the vaccine, the COVID vaccine, on camera on national TV in an effort to propagandize and try to get black people to take the vaccine. Because as we all know, if you haven't been living on the rock, a lot of black people are skeptical of this vaccine, and rightfully so. We know throughout the history of America and the history of time that vaccines have been used on black people in like experiments, right? Like vaccines and black people don't have the best history. So a lot of black people are skeptical about taking a vaccine that was created in less than a year. When we know typically the quickest vaccine in history that has ever been created took 4 years. And this vaccine was created in 9 months. So that's that. But here, and you don't got to believe me. You don't have to believe me. I'm going to play the clip and let the man tell you himself what his challenge to LeBron James was. We're going to watch this together. I'm going to share my screen, and hopefully you guys can hear it. And this is what he said to LeBron James. This is the Surgeon General. He was on a KTLA news station in Los Angeles, and this is his message to LeBron James.
Dr. Adams, have you reached out directly to LeBron James in another way, and are you just waiting for his response?
Well, I would love to say that I have LeBron James' cell phone number. I've actually gotten a lot of people's cell phone numbers throughout the Steve Harvey. And
All right, we don't care about Steve Harvey.
But I don't have LeBron's number yet, and I'm messing with him because I was in Ohio this weekend, and they're the ones who told me to ask him if he was.
Nah, I don't care about what Ohio asked you to do. Oh, that's cool. All right, whatever, dude. Whatever. So here's the thing. So he says, don't take the basketball shot. take the COVID shot. I'm gonna read. We're gonna read it because I know it was safe. Adams. His name's Jerome Adams, by the way. Sorry if I didn't mean to disrespect him, but his name Jerome Adams is challenging LeBron James to take the COVID shot. And I don't know how I feel about this. As we all know, throughout the history of America, black people and vaccines have not went hand in hand. Black people and vaccines do not have the best history. Black people and vaccines, especially vaccines that took less than a year to make, is something that a lot of us are skeptical about, myself included. And so I don't know how I feel about the U.S. Surgeon General, who was a black man, challenging another black man, one of the most prominent sporting figures throughout the history of the world, LeBron James, to just call it what it is, to take this shot on television. You couldn't challenge Tom Brady. You couldn't challenge any of the Mike Trout. He's in L.A. or Clayton Kershaw. Or any of these other teams, or the entire Lakers organization, but you got to call out LeBron James. I'm not a fan of that. You don't have to put that pressure on LeBron James. I talked about this in other videos. One thing that a lot of teams or players hate is distractions. This is something that LeBron is going to be asked about. This is something like people like me are talking about. And I'm not crazy about that. If I'm LeBron James, man, I'm trying to get ready to win another championship. You think I want to talk about a damn vaccine? That's not my job. That's your job, Mr. Jerome. That is your job to figure out who should or should not be taking vaccines on camera publicly. That's you, Jerome, Mr. Adams. Mr. Adams, it's your job. It's not LeBron James' job to save the world. He's a basketball player, and he does a good enough job like you said, promoting mask wearing, social distancing, but it's not his job to promote the vaccine. You say you know it's safe. That's good. But LeBron might not be might be a little more skeptical. And it's not your job to put him on blast or to call him out and tell him to take the vaccine so that everybody else can feel good about themselves. If you're scared and you want to take the vaccine, you take the vaccine. If you want to recommend people taking the vaccine, you recommend people taking the vaccine. If you believe that the vaccine will help in the pandemic, then you tell people to take the vaccine. It's not up to LeBron. It's not LeBron's job. Y'all love to box people in. Y'all love to box athletes and say, shut up and dribble, go play basketball when it's to your benefit, right? Any other time folks is telling LeBron to stay out of politics when he's trying to get people to register to vote, stay out of politics, or don't talk about Donald Trump, or don't talk about Joe Biden, or don't talk about this because you're a basketball player. You shoot a basketball for a living. You play a boys' game for a living. But when it's to your benefit, when you want people to take, when you want not just people, let's be honest, y'all, they want black people to take the vaccine. Everybody he named was black or Latino just now. We just listened to it. He said Oprah. He said Steve Harvey. He said some Latino man. I can't even remember the name. So when they want black people to do something, they send another black person to come challenge LeBron James. You know, any other time, shut up and dribble. But when we want you to take the vaccine, LeBron James, take the vaccine because you know it's safe, just like I know it's safe. No, I don't know. How the hell are you going to tell me what I know? LeBron might not think it's safe. You know, to each his own. It is what it is. The history of black people in this country and vaccines is not the best. So no, Mr. Jerome Baker, I'm not cool with you trying to call out LeBron James and your benefit. I'm not cool with that. That don't sit well with me. When I seen that headline, I was like, no way. No way. He went on TV and said, LeBron James, you should be taking the vaccine and challenge other folks to take the vaccine. I was like, no way. Because they tell LeBron James to shut up and dribble in a heartbeat. They're quick to tell this man to shut up and dribble. They're quick to point out he never went to college or he never got formal education past high school, right? He only has a high school diploma. They're quick to tell the man he can't do this X, Y, and Z when it comes to anything outside of dribbling and shooting a basketball. But now, when they want black folks to take this vaccine, now it's LeBron James, you should be challenging people. You should be taking the vaccine on camera. You should be challenging people to take the vaccine. Nah, man, nah. That didn't sit right with me. That I don't know about y'all. That did not sit right with me. It didn't. I mean, because it's clear propaganda. And there's so much propaganda out there to try to get black folks to take this vaccine. It's incredible. It is incredible. It's like, oh, but black folks are dying at a disproportionate rate to the coronavirus. I wonder why. It's probably because a lot of black folks live in low-income low-income neighborhoods and don't have the health care provided that needs to be provided to those people in those situations. That's why they're dying. It's not because they ain't taking the vaccine. But, you know, it is what it is. But a vaccine that was created in less than a year, when the next closest was 4 years, and you trying to get LeBron James, you ain't call out Tom Brady, you ain't call out any other LA superstar, any Hollywood person, but LeBron James is the first name to come out your mouth, and it's like, oh, because that was in Ohio, and Joker was the people from Ohio. There's plenty of people from Ohio. Tell them to take it. Tell the Cavaliers to take it as a team, as an organization. Call out LeBron James. Nah, man, I didn't sit right with me. I don't know. Maybe I'm overreacting. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Follow me on Instagram at JLightsy7. Once again, I'm Jeff Lightsy Jr. with the Black Boss Channel. Be sure to hit the thumbs up button, like, share, subscribe, because we post content every single day. And I'll see you next time.